Hi Gautam, I got your profile on Indeed. Quickly tell me about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for introducing myself. I am S. Gautam. I am currently staying in Bangalore. I completed my schooling in Montfort Metric High School, which is located in my native, and I completed my colleges in Coimbatore Dr. NGB Institute of Technology. In my colleges, I have done many projects, and I also participate in Smart India Hackathon. And I done one project which is helpful for the blind people. And my strength is to play in the team, with work with the team players. And my weakness is easily trust everybody. And my short-term goal is to place in a good IT reputed company. And my long-term goal is to go higher position in that same company.
Okay. What is Kubernetes?
Kubernetes is basically an open source platform, open source container orchestration platform. In Kubernetes, it is founded by Google, and it is for easy to deploying and scaling and replication for the all cluster which is available in Kubernetes.
Okay, why it is used? Why it is the Kubernetes is used?
Before Kubernetes, we have used Docker. Compared to Docker, it all combined as it is auto. In Docker, we should manually part and maintain every manual. In Kubernetes, it will automate all the managing parts and deploying by using automation.
Can you describe the architecture of the Kubernetes?
Yes, ma'am. Kubernetes architecture, there are main two in Kubernetes system. There are two main architecture. One is master node or control plane, and other node is worker node. In master node, there is an API and a scheduler, control manager, and etcd cluster. And in worker node, there is a kubeletel, kubeproxy, and container runtime.
What is the use of etcd?
etcd is basically it will store the key value pair of the key value pair, and etc is one of the storage system. It stores maintain every information all in cluster. It will store in the etcd. The information of the parts and each and every nodes it will store in etcd.
Okay, do you know about daemon set?
Daemon set is basically it will run. It is a type of part. It is a duplicate of a part. It will run on each and every node, which is used to monitor the logs and system level application of all application. It will monitor. It will basically run in every nodes.
What is the use of config maps and secrets?
Config map is which is used to store. Both are used to store the data. Which is not in config map we can store non-sensitive data. In secret we can store the sensitive data like secrets, password and other credential data we can store in secret. In non-sensitive data we can store in config map like environment variable and other data of the users.
Okay. How does Kubernetes manage the secrets securely?
In Kubernetes, to maintain secret securely, we use an RBAC method, which is role plane and role RBAC for a particular role want to assign, which user can only access that particular role. We can use an RBAC, which is used to maintain the cluster very securely.
Okay. What is the purpose of cluster IP?
Cluster IP is one of the type of the service which is used to communicate between the node and node. It is basically an internal communication of the cluster.
How do you monitor the Kubernetes cluster?
Kubernetes we can use Grafana and Prometheus to monitor the Kubernetes cluster. Prometheus is to make the metrics of each and every data of the Kubernetes cluster, and Grafana is used to monitor by graphical view of the Kubernetes cluster.
What is the difference between node port and then load balancer service?
Node port is used to both are an external both service are an external traffic service in Kubernetes cluster. Where node port is used to specific number of port, we can throw that port. We hit means user can hit the throw port. We can access an application by using the node port. In as a same as an load balancer, also an external traffic, external service, which is used to when we create a load balancer, it will allocate an one external IP for a load balancer. Through the user hit an external IP load balancer, we can access an application load balancer.
Then what is the role of kubeproxy?
Kubeproxy is used in worker node in the cluster, Kubernetes cluster. Kubeproxy is which assigns an network communication between the pods and nodes.
Okay. Then how do you check the logs of the pod?
We can check some logs and pod by using command kubelet logs and pod name, otherwise the deployment name, which we can use to do second logs of the pod. By using the logs, we can, if there are any issues in the pods occur, we can rectify it through the logs.
Okay. What is the purpose of ingress?
In ingress also is one type of an external service. By using load balance, basically ingress is used to many if a mini service available on application, for each and every service we cannot give a load balancer for each and every service, because load balancer is very costly. For avoiding that, we use an ingress. By using one ingress, it automatically create a load balancer, and it will hit every service by using one load balancer, so that we can avoid many costs.
Okay. How does Kubernetes perform rolling updates and rollbacks?
Rolling update and rollbacks is mainly used in deployment. If any, it is used to minimal downtime of an application. It is used in case of the application is go very down, we can automatically roll back to the previous application to use for the minimal downtime.
Okay. How do you list all the pods in a specific namespace?
By using command kubelet pod pod name and -n, and we can give namespaces. In that namespace, what are the pods are available, which we can release.
Okay. What is the difference between kubectl apply and kubectl create?
If an YAML file is basically both are used to create for kubelet create means if an YAML file is first we can create one YAML file, and that in a YAML file we can write commands for a deployment. After that, for newly creating a pod, we should give an kubelet create and a pod name, and the pod we give means it will create a new pod. In that pod, if any editor or any changes we want to make means we can go on a YAML file and make an. After that, we should give an apply for that YAML file. It automatically changes will apply to the YAML file.
Okay. What are the common kubectl commands used for cluster management? Common kubectl commands.
For which one?
What are the common kubectl commands used for cluster management? Basic commands used in cluster.
Kubectl get paths, and kubectl describe, and kubectl get nodes, and kubectl get service. These are the common kubectl commands we used in cluster.
Okay. What are the common reasons for a node being in a not ready state?
If a node being in not ready state, it may, if any images in that container is any error, will be image pullback error is available, or somewhere other case if a user is uncarded it, and it will be not ready state unless we do an uncarded, or if a network issue also, the node will be in not ready state.
Okay. What is the use of taint?
Taint is used to set basically taint is used to set in the node, which we can, if a tolerance is matched to schedule a pod, if the taint also match, then only pod will be scheduled on the specific node, unless that matches the tolerance.
How does a cron job works in Kubernetes?
Basically, cron jobs are used in Linux command for scheduling jobs at a particular time. For example, backup a specific data to a specific time at every day or every month. We used in Linux. As the same as also we can use in Kubernetes to take and backup of the data of the pods and store in the specific area with a separate namespace.
Explain the concept of namespace.
Namespace is we can tell it is a virtual cluster. It is a virtual cluster in a physical cluster. In a Kubernetes physical cluster, there is one master node and worker node. For that, in that we can run many pods and nodes with separately. For that separate, in the industry there are developer team and testing team and production team will be separate team. They all run in each and every part at the same time, which we cannot maintain every part. For the difference, we could give the namespace for each and every department, and we can specify that each and every department has their own pods and names in the Kubernetes cluster. By virtual cluster, it is also called as a virtual cluster, which is used to separate multiple cluster in a single cluster.
Okay. How your pod is different from your container?
Pod is a lightweight and it is used to running an executable application. If an application is executable, for that we should run a pod. Container is in one pod we can run 2 or more containers. In a container, they can it is a lightweight. It is an executable of an application.
Okay. What is the difference between the HPA and VPA?
HPA and VPA they are called as auto scaling in a Kubernetes cluster. HPA means horizontal pod auto scaling, which is used to do resource and limits which allocate in the specific node. If an user goes 2 or more, if a user is very high availability, it automatically pods will extend and for our request the pods will extend 1 to 10 or maximum for our request. In vertical pod scaling, the user is high, the pod will be resource only, the resource of the pod will be extend. The pod will not extend.
What is the role of config map in Kubernetes?
Config map is used to as a non-credential or it is non-essential data we can store in config map.
What is a stateful set and stateless set?
Stateful set means it is used to store a database application like storing database. In stateful set, each and every parts they have a unique identity and unique PV storage and network. If a pod is deleted and when automatically created, it has through that unique ID, the pod will be associated on that ID. It is basically used in a database application. Stateless set is as same as the deployment, normal deployment. It is used as a web server application. It has not unique ID. It will, if you execute randomly, it will locate randomly in any nodes.
Okay. How does the Kubernetes networking works?
Kubernetes networking works through the kube proxy.
Okay, explain about the master node and components and the worker node components.
There are in Kubernetes cluster, one is master node and worker node. There are the 2 nodes for the main. The master node is the main main node in Kubernetes cluster. It has an API and the etcd and scheduler and control manager. In worker node, it has an kubeletter, kube proxy and container. The main in the cluster, the main is API server, which is used to communicate the worker node and master node, and the control manager is used to control the disease state of the overall cluster. In case any error occurs in node, means it will monitor through the control manager. In scheduler, which is as per the node resource and allocation, it will allocate the part to which node we should allocate. It will be decided by the scheduler. And etc, it will store the entire information of the parts and nodes of the cluster. It will store the information in the etcd. In worker node, there are 3: kubeletter, kube proxy, and container runtime. Kubeletter means you should to communicate if any parts is any information, it is used to communicate through the kubeletter through the master node. And kube proxy, which is allocate the network information for the worker node, And container runtime is used to do cards are run on the specific container like Docker used to run application in the specific runtime.
What are persistent volumes and persistent volume claims?
Persistent volume and persistent volume client are used to basically PV and PVC used to do storage for the parts to store an information. PV is used to for it is used by an administrator, and PVC is used by an user. If an PVC used means it automatically create an PV. By throw we can claim by an admin in storage team to get the storage from the admin by using PVC.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your.
Thank you.